These are the unfair advantages of your eye color. But instead of just listing them, I ranked every eye color and even declared one king. And I'm pretty sure you're not going to guess which one it is. And I'm going to start from the bottom, meaning they're only...
Hello everybody, and today we are going to be watching some videos that you guys and me recommend. So this first video is the unfair advantages of your eye colour. So, what colour do you guys have of eyes? Just tell me in the chat. I personally have like really bright blue eyes, but let's see what advantages.
Only going to get better the further we get into the video. Number 8. Actually one of the only eye colors to have something in common with animals. Occurring in approximately 5% of the world's population, amber eyes actually have a higher proportion of pheomelanin, which is a fascinating pigment that codes for a reddish-yellow kind of look. So it kind of looks like my urine. And it's also found very commonly in animals. Not only that, but they effectively have better night vision, kinda. The theory is that lighter eyes have less pigment, so they soak up less stray light, and a tiny bit more light can scatter around inside the eye before it reaches the retina. In theory, this should allow lighter colors to pick up more light and see better in the dark. Now, the evidence is mixed on that, and the effect is slight, but I will be considering it in the ranking. It's just too cool to ignore. But it is just a theory. But this effect only gets more potent with lighter colors. Now, time for drawbacks of the amber eyes. I keep the disadvantages in a very special place. I keep them in the Scroll of Foibles. Foibles means disadvantages, by the way. Because there's a lack of melanin in the iris of amber eyes, they kind of struggle in more bright environments. And some studies say they might be more at risk of cataracts. And that's it. I think I'll dub amber eyes the hunter of the king's court. And keep in mind, these eye colors are only going to get better as we go up. And this next one was probably the toughest placement decision I made. Number 7. Found in around 5 to 8% of the population, hazel eyes actually combine advantages from 3 completely different eye colors. Sort of. You see, hazel eyes are a mix of brown, green, and gold tones. A lot of people actually report hazel eyes changing color depending on mood. Now that is complete gobbledygook. Horseradish, if you will. However, it is based in some reality. You see, due to the patchy pigment of hazel eyes, different lighting, pupil size, or viewing angle can make certain pigments in their eye pop more compared to others. This actually gives them one of the coolest abilities on the list. Depending on the exact mix of eye colors they have, they could have any range of advantages from any of their 3 mixed colors. They could have light or dark eye advantages depending on the person. So why did I rank it so low? Because it's so chance-based. You could just get a bad mix. But there is an advantage that is universal to hazel eyes. Due to their changing irises, they're often labeled as exotic, and by extension, more attractive in most populations. Kind of like me. I'm kind of attractive as well. Isn't that right, Discord kitten? But enough glazing. It's time for the Scroll of Foibles. Disadvantages of hazel eyes include more glare when in the sun, and higher risk of some cancers, and slightly higher risk of AMD, age-related macular degeneration. It's where your macula degenerates as you get older. But once again, these disadvantages depend on your particular hazel. Overall, I'd say this eye color is the princess of the king's court. I wonder who the king is. You guys are wondering, I bet. I'm not telling you who the king is. You'll have to find out. But the next one is one of the rarest in the world. And you know what they say about eyes. They're the windows to the mind. I have crippling anxiety. Are you terrified about the state of the world right now? No. Me too. Hey, come here. Force! The economy is failing. Nothing is real, it's all AI. No! I know I'm not the only one freaking out about the world right now. I mean, my heart is nearly beating out of my chest every time I scroll on my phone or listen to the news. I can hardly go a day.
Goodbye, that was a good test. Now I can see that it works. Goodbye.